Hello and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Alfonso Peluso, and I'm an associate teaching professor in the College of Architecture at IIT, the home of the legendary Mies van der Rohe, and I'm adjunct faculty at Columbia College Chicago in the Interior Architecture program. Shout out to all my students. I hope you're having a good day. It's a nice early fall day. It feels more like late summer. I hope the weather is great where you're at. Today we're going to look at MidJourney image prompts. What is MidJourney image prompts? Well, it's incorporating images into your prompts that will help teach/guide MidJourney to generate images that better align with your vision. And here's some ways we're going to incorporate images into our prompts. Before we do that, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and search me up on YouTube, Alfonso Peluso, and click on the subscribe button, and then click on the bell to receive all the notifications. See what I'm up to, see my latest videos. If you're into digital design, there is something here for everyone. Also, connect with me on Instagram at my first name Alfonso _ my last name Peluso. See what AI images I'm generating. See what my students are producing and what we're up to. All right, let's jump into today's tutorial. So to begin with, we're going to look at blending two or more external images with the command /blend. This technique is a simplified image prompting process optimized for mobile users. So that's what they really made it for if you're using MidJourney on your phone, but you can do it on your computer as well. And you can blend 2 to 6 images. So let's take a look at that. All right, so we are going to use /blend. And here you see you can drag and drop or upload images in these spaces, and you can do 2 to 6 images. So we're just going to upload a file here. All right, so we're going to blend this image here, which is an image of a carbon fiber pavilion that my students and I made some time ago. And then over here, I'm going to upload a gradient. Gradient images are a great way to add color to your image prompts. So if you want a certain color background or a certain color image, a gradient is a great way to do that. So I have these two here. I should be able just to press click down here in the image 2 and just press the enter key, and it's going to go ahead and process that, and it's going to make a square image because we didn't define an aspect ratio. So here you can see how the two images blended together, and it kept this idea of a pavilion. So it made these 4 pavilions. But what's really fascinating is it used the gradient color from blue to yellow, and it kept the fiber wave pavilion, with a little bit of yellowish and blue, but then we have the blue gradient skies. So it blended those images together really well. All right, what's next? Next, we're going to use a single image for our prompt. So with the blend, you can't use one image. I just want to point that out. You have to use 2 or more images. It won't work with one image. If you want to use one image, you have to include some text in your prompt. So using a single image for a prompt, we're going to click the plus button to upload the image. Then we'll press the enter key, and then we'll go ahead and /imagine, and we'll drag and drop that image into the prompt, and then we'll enter in our text. So let's take a look at that. So we're going to go ahead and click on the plus to upload our image. And we're going to upload this image of me standing over Crown Hall. And we're going to press the enter key. That's important to press the enter key. Then it processes this image. And that image is there for you to take and do something like drag and drop it into the message line. But we're going to first go ahead and start our imagine. And I'm going to drag and drop that image into the prompt line. And then I'm going to add some text to this. So I'm going to add a space, and I'm going to type in Mies standing over a model of Crown Hall. And I'm going to start to introduce aspect ratio in this video as well. So I'm going to put in --AR. And in this case, it's going to be 1:1. Enter. So that's using one image. So there you have it, me standing over a model. It might not be Crown Hall, but it's some sort of model. And I think it's great the way it uses these images. Some it makes it black and white. Some it adds a little color to it, from something from the 1950s. And I love how it portrays me sometimes as Alfred Hitchcock. I think that's really great. All right, next way we're going to do this is we're going to use the web to search for images. And then we're going to put those images together, and we're going to talk a little bit about image weight. So you can always search the web for an image. So I'm going to go ahead and search Taekwondo. And I'm going to search a Taekwondo match. And I'll go to images. And I can find an image that I like. There's some really good ones in here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. And it's a little low resolution. Let me find something a little higher. Here's one. That's good resolution. And I'm going to go ahead and open that image in a new tab. So now I have the address bar here, and I have this big long line of text here that tells me where this image is. If I click on it, it highlights it, and I can Control-C to copy it. And then over in Discord, I'm going to go ahead and /imagine. And then I'm going to Control-V to paste that in. And then I'm going to bring in another image. Now, I could continue to add text to this, and it would just be one image, using one image with text. So let's look at doing that. So I have the one image, and I'm going to type in Taekwondo match. And I'm going to put in my aspect ratio, 1:1. And let's see what it produces with this. So what I like about what MidJourney does is it shortens the web link, which is really great. And you'll see how we're going to use that coming up. So you can see MidJourney used that image to generate 4 options. And we can give that image more or less weight. But we're going to do that by adding in another image to this. So let's search for, we're going to put them inside a specific space. You'll notice that MidJourney doesn't really have them in a defined space. There's a crowd in the back and there's some lights, but it's not really defined. And we can define that stadium, so to speak, based on maybe some architecture that we like. All right, so let's do that. So let's go ahead and search the web. I'm going to search birds, nest, stadium, interior. And go ahead and look at my images. All right, let's go with this one. Open image, right click, open image in a new tab. I can copy paste this. All right, so let's look at how we're going to use this in Discord. All right, so I'm going to /imagine. And I'm going to paste that in. And I can go up here and copy and paste this text to put my Taekwondo match in. So I'll put that right after, I'll put a space, and then right after that image, I'll paste that in. And then I can add some text. So I'll add a space and I'll say Taekwondo match in the Bird Nest Stadium. Bird's Nest Stadium. And I'll use an aspect ratio this time, AR 1:1. Okay, so 2 images, some text, and an aspect ratio. Let's see what it produces. All right, so we have some images here, and let's take a look at what we got. So you see MidJourney is struggling a little bit to make a Taekwondo match happen in the center of a stadium. It's bringing some elements in of Taekwondo and some elements in of the bird's nest. So let's see if we can use image weighting to add more weight to our images and see if MidJourney will produce something more aligned with the images that we're putting in. Okay, so image weight. The default for image weight is 1. So you could use, 0.2, 0.5 if you want less image weight, or you can go above 1, 1.5, 2 if you want more image weight. So it's from 0 to 2 is the image weight. Okay, so I have, a prompt up here with some images. So I can take this, I can copy and paste this. I can just highlight it, Control C to copy it, and then type in my /imagine space and Control V to paste it in. And I'm going to put in, before my aspect ratio, I'm going to put a space after my text, --IW for image weight, and then space 2, which is the strongest setting. So I'm going to set my image weight to the strongest, and let's see if MidJourney gives us something more along the lines of our image. So in these results, it's doing a better job of making a Taekwondo match in the center of a stadium. And, it's going to take a while. It's going to take some iterations of this to get it the way you want. This one in the upper right is not too bad. So I can do variations on this one in the upper right to get it more, more like the images that I'm blending. But it's doing a pretty good job of blending those two images and using image weight to rely more on those images than on the MidJourney algorithm. All right, so that came out really well. All right, next. So we're going to talk about using MJ, using MidJourney to generate an image early on, then vary it with another MJ image later in the iterative process. So I do a lot of storytelling with MidJourney, and I usually have like an end result. Like in this one, I'll maybe show a stadium from an aerial view, and then an eye level view of that stadium, and then the interior of that stadium, and I'll iteratively be slowly moving into my subject, and the subject in this case being a Taekwondo match in the center of an arena. So what I'll do is early on, I'll just type in Taekwondo match, and then I can merge that with an image that MJ created later in my iterative process. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to type in /imagine space, and I'm just going to type in my Taekwondo match. And I'm going to put in my aspect ratio. So a lot of times I work with an AR, an aspect ratio of 9 to 16, so that it works well on someone's cell phone, or posting to Instagram and making reels, and then they see that on their cell phone. All right, so let's see what MidJourney gives us. All right, let's see what we have. We'll click on it and press the space bar to get it bigger. So these are all very painterly. So I could put in things like hyper realistic, something like that. I like this image in the lower left. It's pretty cool. And I can do variations on that. But I want to look at how we can take this image and blend it together with something else that MG had created. So two MidJourney created images and putting those together. How would we do that? So I'm going to go ahead and upscale this one. So it's 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to click on it and then press my space bar. Now I have that image in its own tab. And I can just click in the address line and copy it, Control C. And I can put that into my imagine prompt, Control V. Okay, let's see if I can take another MidJourney image and put that in there, something MidJourney created. So we'll go with, let's see which one I like better. Let's go with upscaling this one in the upper right. So 1, 2, let's upscale that. So that's upscaling. Okay, and I'll click on it and press the space bar and I'll highlight its address line, so Control C. And I'll paste that in, Control V. Okay, so now we're taking two MidJourney images. And let's go ahead and, wow, the job I did on spelling this is fantastic. All right, let's see if we can make that a little better. MidJourney does a pretty good job, though, when you misspell. It is pretty amazing. So taekwondo match in the Bird's Nest Stadium. And we'll make this image ratio 9:16. All right, so let's see what we get. And also the image weight of 2 is on here, so it's relying heavily on those images to create something or generate something for us. All right, and there you have it, blending between two MidJourney images. All right, so that's image prompting in MidJourney. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Tell me why you liked it. My head's going to pop up in the upper left. Go ahead and click on that if you haven't subscribed. I'll put some other MidJourney videos in the upper right and the lower right. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.